Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Anika, and I'm joined by my team members, Danny and Lexi. And I'd first like to acknowledge that while the three of us live, work, and play on the unceded lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh, the city of New West, where our project is located, is on the lands of the Kakite First Nation. I'd also like to extend a warm thank you to our partners at New Westminster for their guidance and support throughout a very challenging year. And with that, we're thrilled to showcase our project and sharing with you some of our exciting findings and recommendations we have put together in our report, People First, an Equity-Centered Climate Response for Road Reallocation. In 2019, the City of New Westminster declared a climate emergency. And in response to this declaration, City Council endorsed the 7 Bold Step framework in 2020. This framework and its 7 bold steps help the City of New West move towards their goal of achieving net zero by 2050. For this project, we're focusing in on Bold Step 7 to help guide staff towards its implementation. This bold step states that a minimum of 10% of today's street space that currently only serves motor vehicles, excluding transit, be reallocated for sustainable transportation or public gathering by 2030. The natural environment will be integrated with the public realm. While this bold step points to reallocation for sustainable transportation as well, this project places emphasis on the opportunities for public space gathering development, or a quality people-centered public realm. For this project, we envision reallocation of road space as an extension of the city's park and green space network, given the positive impacts that green spaces have both on human and environmental health. To best provide recommendations for road reallocation across New West, we first had to understand what areas of the city had deficiencies in the public space network. To do this, our project methodology was focused on understanding the current state of access and how it relates to 3 central themes: equity, the ability for someone to access a space that suits their needs, ensuring the spaces that people have access to are of high quality, and that everyone has access to spaces that help them and their community mitigate the impacts of climate change. Think a heavy tree canopy on a hot summer day. Finding opportunities for equitable access to quality climate-resilient park space was our guiding principle in helping the city create a quality people-centered public realm. To do this, our methodology began with a park classification to first focus on understanding the existing landscape of park space across the city. This was done through an examination and coding of 57 parks based on a number of quality and climate resilience indicators. Parks that were coded as high quality were then mapped across the city neighborhoods. A 400-meter buffer, which followed the road network, was then added around each park to highlight the areas across the city where folks lack access to high-quality park spaces. These access gaps were then used to determine the opportunities for both the typology and location of road reallocation. From the findings in our case studies and lit review, we created 5 opportunities for reallocation. Given the high variation in the opportunities, we placed each across a spectrum that you see here on your screen. For each of the reallocations, we highlighted unique opportunities to incorporate principles of equity, quality, and climate resilience. We made a wide range of neighborhood and citywide recommendations based on how underserved a neighborhood was in terms of existing access to quality park space. This helped determine the scale of reallocation that was needed, the amount of climate resilient green infrastructure which existed in these parks, and the unique demographic characteristics of each neighborhood as was gathered from census data. Primary neighborhood recommendations refer to the most perhaps pressing opportunities, while secondary recommendations highlight opportunities to enhance existing high-quality park spaces. To conclude our presentation, I'd like to briefly walk you through an example of the West End neighborhood and what this process looked like in practice. When completing our park classification, the West End resulted in 100% of its parks being classified as high quality. However, when examining the physical access gaps across the neighborhood, it became clear that the West End was underserved. While the neighborhood does have a high rate of high quality park space, the geographical placement of this park along the southwest corner of the neighborhood results in a large swath of folks without access to high quality park space. Although this park space is high quality, it does not incorporate climate resilient features either. Our recommendation for the West End is to prioritize a block conversion or partial block conversion, which provides opportunities to increase climate resilience through the incorporation of permeable surfaces, adding landscaping to reduce urban heat island effect, and integrate large stormwater management infrastructure. The large scale of partial block conversion or full block conversion also allows for activities such as urban agriculture, performance areas, large art installations, play spaces, as well as other basic site amenities that create a high quality neighborhood destination. And additionally, given the scale of the reallocation, any neighborhood park and green space deficiencies can be addressed, creating a welcoming and inclusive space for all. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have right now, but I hope that you join us in our breakout room to learn more about our project and our recommendations. Thank you.